What is up, Sports Key to YouTube and KliqpodGaming Nation? I know it's been a while and it's a ghost from the past, but guess what? We back in full effect, guys. Sorry, I need to take a little time off. Things were getting a little overwhelming for a minute, had a lot going on, but now I'm back, rejuvenated, and we can get back to what we do best, making video. But with that being said, I cannot thank you guys enough. And especially my partner in crime, Mean Dean. Brother, you have seriously been carrying us. You have delivered some of the most fire articles anybody out there is reading. And if you guys haven't taken a look, yo, what are you doing with your life? But with that being said, I can't thank you enough, brother, for keeping us afloat while I had to take that time off. Not only that, to you guys, the fans, as I said before, I'm sorry, but we're back in full effect. But thank you guys, as always, for riding with us. You guys are absolutely amazing. And we do have the best fans in the entire world. God, that feels good to say. But with that being said, guys, as always, you know we are here each and every week with our What Did We Learn from Monday Night Raw. But before we hop into the body of the review itself, I want to take a moment and talk about serious issue. Now, I didn't have a chance to hop on last week, but last week we found out that Roman Reigns had to relinquish his title due to his battle with leukemia. With that being said, you guys know how I feel about Roman Reigns, and that doesn't change. But we need to remove the persona away from the man sometimes. And remember, there's an actual human being behind that person, or an actual person, like a different person behind the persona. And I want to take this moment and say, hey, Joe, I know you're going to beat cancer's ass. And I know you're going to come back stronger than ever. And man, we just wish you the best of luck. We hope you have a speedy recovery here at the Kliqpodcast. But not only that, brother, when you get back, if they book you the same way, I will still talk about you the same way. So don't worry there either. But with that being said, man, huge shout out to Joe. I even said it on the Twitter feed. So, hey, man, get well soon. And with that being said, guys, man, cancer is an SOB. It is really an SOB. So for me, it really hits home. One of my best friends in the world, Meg, she's actually a huge supporter of Kliqpodcast in a lot more ways than anybody even realizes. But she's had her battle. She's in remission right now. So, I mean, definitely positive things, but it really makes you sit back and just think about what they have to deal with every day in this battle of fighting this damn crazy disease called cancer. And it just shows you how strong these individuals are. And, I mean, honestly, there's absolutely no doubt that Roman and Meg will get better. So, Joe, Meg, keep fighting the fight, get better, because y'all are both fantastic. And Joe, like I said, when you come back, if they book you like that as Roman Reigns again, we still going to have issues, man. So don't feel any worries there. But with that being said, guys, let's not waste any more time, and let's hop into the actual SmackDown review. So, what did we learn on tonight's Monday Night Raw? First off, I almost thought about taking another week off, because that's honestly what I felt about the product. But that's not what we're here for. On Fridays, I'm actually going to do a show where I recap the whole week in WWE, and I will tell you how I felt about all the shows from my opinion. Because since we've got on Sportskeeda, I feel like we're starting to candy coat this, man. Like, I don't know. Each time I finish one of these videos, I still got like the actual emotions of the show. And I'll be honest, I don't want to record What Did We Learn and then go back and drop a 40-minute review of the show. No. So what I'm going to do is on Fridays, I'm going to talk about all the shows combined, what I like, what I didn't like, get all my true feelings off my chest. But on the actual reviews, we're just going to keep it to the facts of the show. But with that being said, the first thing we learned on tonight's Monday Night Raw is Yo, being the Raw GM sucks. All right, so tonight's show kicks off with Baron Corbin coming out talking about how Roman Reigns last week had to relinquish the belt. That he says it's actually a benefit to him because Roman Reigns was so hard for him to deal with. And now it's just between Braun and Lesnar. At this point, we get Paul Heyman and Lesnar coming down to the ring. Paul Heyman really doesn't get into anything before he gets interrupted by Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman makes his way down. Baron Corbin's trying to keep Braun back from attacking Lesnar. Braun pushes him to the side. Baron Corbin isn't having it. Runs up from the back from behind. Starts pounding him in his head a couple times. For his trouble, Baron Corbin receives 2 power slams and actually ends up having to get helped back by the refs. So, I'm glad I'm not the Raw GM. Because we'll talk about one of those facts on Friday. But the other one is, man, you do take a beating. You really do take a beating. And it happens to all GMs at some point. So, definitely not, I'm not jealous of you, Baron. But Lesnar is the man that walks away victorious from this segment once he F5s Braun Strowman. So what does this mean going into Crown Jewels? Could we really see the return of Brock Lesnar as the Universal Champion? Dear God, no. We pray to you on this show, no. God, that would scare me. But next thing we learn on tonight's Monday Night Raw is Finn Balor has Bobby Lashley's number. So second week in a row, Finn Balor walks away victorious in a match against Bobby Lashley. Tonight is due to interference when he is on the top rope going for setting up for the coup de grace. Bobby Lashley, Lio Rush pushes him off the top, causing a DQ victory for Finn Balor. With that being said, Bobby Lashley makes him earn both wins with an absolute beatdown. So tonight we've seen the destruction of Finn Balor while he shows once again he has Bobby Lashley's number going up 2-0. The next thing we learn on tonight's Monday Night Raw is in tonight's 10 women tag team matchup, Trish Stratus, Lita, Sasha Banks, Natalya, and Bayley carry their momentum over from Evolution right into Monday night without skipping a beat. So what we got was a 10-women matchup combining our 2 matches from Evolution, which was the Riot Squad versus Sasha, Bayley, and Natalya, and then Trish and Lita versus Alicia Fox, who was replacing Alexa Bliss, teaming up with Mickie James. So our teams tonight, the Riot Squad, Alicia, and Mickie versus Trish, Lita, Sasha, Natty, and Bayley. And due to Natty coming strong with the submission game, making Alicia Fox tap, we see the same victorious women from last night carry over to tonight. And can they carry this momentum moving forward? And what does the WWE have planned for Trish and Lita? Are they going to keep them around and actually let them roll for a little bit? Or is just kind of a seasonal thing? For me personally, if you're going to do something good with these ladies, I wouldn't mind seeing them around at least to the end of the year. The next thing we learned tonight is actually very unfortunate for me. As everybody in the world knows, the KliqpodGaming walks with Elias. But tonight we find out Jinder Mahal does not. So, coming out to the ring tonight, Elias has written a song after his guitar bashing over the head of active GM Baron Corbin. And it's a song about Baron, and he wants to play it for Baron personally. So he leaves the ring, walks to, I'm figuring the locker room where Baron Corbin is injured, and proceeds to let him know he's going to play the song for him. So as always, silence your cell phones and keep your mouth shut. That's the most important parts. But before Elias can play, we get Jinder Mahal attacking Elias backstage. And after a quick but brutal beating by Jinder Mahal, Baron Corbin walks from his locker room and lets Elias know that his match is next, his match against Jinder Mahal. But regardless of the incidents that happened backstage, Elias walks away victorious with the drift away 1, 2, 3. Once again proven that the WWE stands for Walk with Elias. Man, I love this guy, man. I absolutely love this man. The next thing we learn on tonight's Monday Night Raw is Glorious Gable wins the battle, but AOP won the war. So tonight, in a 3-team match between the Ascension, the Glorious Gable, which is Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, and AOP, we see a beautiful rolling suplex into a cutter combination. We get Gable pinning the Ascension 1, 2, 3, making Glorious Gable victorious. But before they can celebrate, AOP storms back in the ring, absolutely destroys this man, and AOP is the only team left standing tall at the end. So what does this mean? Ever since AOP has acquired, now don't get me wrong, AOP was vicious, but ever since they've acquired Drake Maverick as their manager, he has been able to bottle that anger and that rage and that ruthlessness and actually direct it to where it needs to go. So I see these guys being huge in the title hunt in the very near future, and I am super excited about this. I've been excited since they came up from NXT. And yo, these boys are about to do some really, really dangerous things. And shout out to, I know we call him Drake Maverick now, but yo, shout out to Spud. Yo, I don't know what you did with these boys, but I'm liking them a lot more. And don't get me wrong, I love them with Paul Ellerby. Loved it. But now with Drake, it's absolutely something else, guys. The next thing we learn on tonight's Monday Night Raw is Dean Ambrose has nothing to say to Seth Rollins. So in a segment where we get Seth Rollins wanting explanations about Dean's actions last week after the tag team match when he absolutely destroyed Seth Rollins. On the night, we find out their Shield brethren, Roman Reigns, will no longer be in action due to his battle with leukemia. At this point, we think we're going to get a response from Dean, but every time Dean puts the mic to his mouth, not a single word is uttered. And to be honest, I'm with Dean on this one. There is no explanation needed for his actions. And Seth Rollins even tried to goad him into giving him an answer by telling him, hey, at least when I turned my back on you guys, I told you why. Then he proceeded to call Dean Ambrose a sellout. And this is actually one part I got to say, it got to me. Because if anybody sold out of all of them, it was Seth Rollins going with Triple H. But with that being said, man, Dean Ambrose sticks to his guns. And before Seth Rollins can even get anywhere close to him, he patiently walks out of the building as cool as can be. That Dean Ambrose is one cool cat, man. The next thing we get is Nia Jax, once again victorious over Ember Moon. So coming off of Nia Jax's victory with eliminating Ember Moon to win last night's Battle Royal women's Battle Royal for a future women's title shot, Nia pins her, leg drop, 1, 2, 3. But we learned that there is actually a different woman who has her eyes set on Nia at this exact moment. And that woman is Tamina. And for me, I want to see the matchup. I think it will be absolutely great to see these two strong, bigger women taking on each other and just taking this division to a whole new level. We didn't learn anything in the next part of Raw, okay? What we learned is that Lucha House Party is a team, and for some reason the Revival's at the bottom of the totem pole again, fighting their way back up after they just had great matches with Dolph and Drew. They carried the B team. They were doing great things, man. And they lose tonight to Lucha House Party. Like, I don't care. I don't care at all about Lucha House Party. And this Friday, I will be diving a lot further into this Lucha House Party idea. But like I said, man, we're not here for that stuff. We'll save that for Friday. Moving on. The next thing we learn, Dolph is actually ready for the World Cup. So in what I don't see as a real tune-up match for Dolph Ziggler, we see Apollo Crews versus Dolph Ziggler one-on-one. Apollo he actually looked very impressive in this match, I've got to say. But you're also working with one of the best workers in the biz with Dolph Ziggler. He's one of the best in-ring performers there is. So, I mean, it was kind of what you expected. But Dolph walks away victorious, which is huge, huge, giving him that momentum as he goes to the World Cup. But you're going to hear it right here now. Somehow, some way, Kurt Angle is going to take care of Dolph Ziggler at the World Cup. With how much he said about Kurt, it's definitely going to happen. Now, the last thing, and probably the most exciting thing we learned tonight on Monday Night Raw is it's going to take a lot more than some sweet chin music to stop the Brothers of Destruction. So tonight, we get the Brothers of Destruction coming down to the ring. And if you just notice, like, I just got this instant smile. And the reason why is tonight's promo by The Undertaker truly just brought me back to a moment where I felt like I was a kid. Like, the lighting was so perfect. His face barely coming out of the hood or the druid's robe was absolutely perfect. And sometimes you forget about how good his voice is and the way he speaks on that mic and he delivers his message across. It really does give you like that chills, irky feeling. So, I mean, this was really great to see. Taker, Kane come out, just letting DX know, you know, they're calling him out tonight because not only do they want to beat him at Crown Jewels, but they want to take their souls. Whew, I was feeling it, man. With that being said, man, we get to see Triple H coming out with the glow sticks, drinking some water, celebrating. But he's missing one thing. And that one thing, Shawn Michaels. Kane leaves his brother's side and starts to go as if he's going to actually go at Triple H. Shawn Michaels sneaks up from the back, delivers sweet chin music to the Taker, and DX is walking away victorious, celebrating. They're fine till they get about halfway up the walkway. Then they realize the Undertaker sat up. And this reminds us all that, yo, you might get the shot on the Undertaker, but it's going to take a lot more than that to keep the Brothers of Destruction down. So with that being said, guys, it feels so freaking good to be back, man. We are going to be back to the regular thing. Like I said, on Friday, we will have the show where I just talk about the whole week's worth of wrestling. Also, we will be grinding back on the Madden. As much as I hate it and it pisses me off, I do want to keep making the content for you guys so we can keep that an ongoing thing. Also, check out Mr. Mean Dean with the WWE 2K19 videos. Here in the next couple weeks, I'm going to start banging down Black Ops 4. And I'll tell you guys now, I suck at it. So if you want to see a dude who really sucks at Madden or sucks at Black Ops and is going to get pissed as hell, I'm your guy. But with that being said, I cannot thank you guys enough for staying this long. But as always, most importantly, guys, please take names, kick ass, and peace.